Hello, everyone. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me today, or letting me spend a few minutes with you, however that works. Don't forget to do all the button things that you got to do. You know what to do. Also, if I don't do this, I get messages. The books are available at authorjerrymitchell.com. Also, you can go to givegod90.com and follow the links from there. I want to run through this kind of quick today, I think, because I got a lot of territory to cover, and I don't want to be all day doing it. Your time is valuable. You might not like what I say. Just saying. There was a saying among Christians a few years ago, and you saw it everywhere, right? What would Jesus do? Well, let's change the question. What would he say if he were here today? Now, we don't need to guess about what he would do. We have examples of that. He would find the place where it is written, and then he would do what was written. We also have his words. His words are recorded in many of the Gospels. Most of them match, not surprisingly. And also, not surprisingly, his words match much of what the prophets had to say. So, Christian, it's time for some reflection. And for my Jewish listeners, pay attention to what the prophets had to say. You're going to learn something here today. In Matthew 15, verses 1 through 2, some of the Pharisees and scribes came to Jesus from Jerusalem and asked, "Why do your disciples break the tradition of the elders? They do not wash their hands before they eat bread." Christians, this doesn't have anything to do with unclean food. They were eating bread. Enough of that. But let's look at his answer in the next verse. Jesus replied, "Why do you break the command of God for the sake of your tradition?" Why do you sin because you love your traditions more? That's the accusation here, right? That's the accusation. He's saying, look, you're sinning, and you're too dumb to understand it. Let's look at what the prophets have to say. Can you tell I get uptight about this? Psalm 78, 35 and 37, they remembered that God was their rock, that God Most High was their Redeemer, but they deceived him with their mouths, lied to him with their tongues, their hearts were disloyal to him, and they were unfaithful to his covenant. Sound familiar? I love you, God. I love you, God, but I'm going to do what I want to do. Sound familiar? Isaiah 29:13. Therefore the Lord said, "These people draw near me with their mouths and honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Their worship of me is but rules taught by men." Now, a lot of churches I've been to leave that last part out. Their worship of me is but rules taught by men. Ezekiel 33:31. Are you learning anything? So my people came to you as usual, sit before you, hear your words, but they do not put them into practice. Although they express love with their mouths, their hearts pursue dishonest gain. Uh-oh. Am I stepping on toes? I hope. Just give me a minute. I'll dance on some. Jeremiah 12:2. You planted them. They've taken root. They've grown and produced fruit. but you are ever on their lips, but far from their hearts. Oh, I love you, Lord, but I want to do it my way. I want to do it my way. See, it's the same message, different delivery, same message, but it doesn't stop there. Matthew 23. You've heard me talk about this before. Jesus was speaking to the crowds and to his disciples. The scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. So practice what they observe, everything. So practice and observe everything he tells you. But do not do what they do, for they do not practice what they preach. Now, a lot of Bibles are going to say, do what they say. That really doesn't make any sense. And when we look at the Shem Tov manuscript, we get a more clear understanding. Do what he, Moses, tells you to do. Do what is written. That is the example we have. Now, the earliest known copy from about the 2nd century, it basically reads, all they say do, but do not do the things they do because they do not practice them. They're not doing what they're saying. Oh, you got to obey Moses, but we're not going to. But you have to. But you have to do it our way. Rules taught by men. You see, Yeshua was so disgusted, he goes into this long diatribe of everything the Pharisees are teaching that violate what is written. And then he walks out. It frustrates him, much like it frustrates me. He may deliver it differently. He uses different words, but the meaning, the message is the same. After all, our Creator does not change. The words of the prophet do not change. The message is the same. You're making your traditions, your rules, your regulations more important than what is written. And a lot of you are doing exactly that. Deuteronomy 12, 31, 32. You must not worship the Lord your God in this way, because they practice for their gods every abomination which the Lord hates. They even burn their sons and daughters in fire as sacrifice to their gods. See that you do everything I command. Do not add to it or subtract from it. How many modern day church doctrines can I tear up and throw away based on those two verses? If you're doing something, if you're practicing something other than what the Almighty says to practice, you're adding to it, you're subtracting from it, and you're in a world of hurt. You're in a world of hurt. You see, he's actually writing about how the pagans worship. You're in a world of hurt. How they live the way they want to live and not the way they're designed to live. You're in a world of hurt. Deuteronomy 18:15. The Lord your God will raise up for you a prophet like me from among your brothers. You must listen to him. Now, the forensic evidence in the Bible strongly suggests this prophet is Yeshua, Jesus. So, Christians, why are you not listening? Why are you not doing what he tells you to do? Don't pretend that you are. I love you, Lord, but I'm going to do this my way. Sound familiar? Do you think you're better than the prophets, than the people the prophets were speaking to? Do you think you're better than they are? Maybe you think, well, God has changed because he wants to accommodate me. It's not God's job to accommodate you. It's your job to accommodate him. The hardest words to hear are words of correction. Words that say, you're wrong. You're doing something wrong. Makes us angry. Makes us angry. You know why it makes us angry? Because we are so self-focused that nothing, no one else matters. Nothing or nobody else matters. I'm the most important thing in the world. I'm more important than my Creator. Got news for you. You're no different than the Pharisees of the first century. You're making up your own rules and regulations instead of abiding by the Creator's commandments. Then, as David so bluntly put it, you're lying to him because you love yourself more than you love God. You have become your own God. These are hard words to hear. Very, very hard words to hear. But it is better to hear it's better to hear this correction than depart from me. I never knew you. Psalm 5:5. The boastful cannot stand in your presence. You hate all workers of iniquity. Psalm 6:8. Depart from me, all you workers of iniquity, for the Lord has heard my weeping. Everybody, you know what iniquity is, right? You know the biblical definition of iniquity. It's lawlessness. You don't follow the law. You don't practice the law. Proverbs 1:28. They will call on me, but I will not answer. They will seek me, but they will not find me. Depart from me. Who are you and why are you still here? You see, the final judgment is going to be joyful for some. It's going to be very, very sorrowful for others. Daniel 12:2. Many who sleep in the dust of the earth will awake, some to everlasting life, others to shame and everlasting contempt. Choice is yours. And I'm not saying anything that hasn't already been said. It's already been written. I'm reminding you of what is written. All these things that you say, I love God. Oh, I love Jesus. Oh, I love this. I love that. But I'm going to do what I want to do. You don't get to do that. You don't get to say, well, I haven't murdered anybody today, so I must be a good person. I haven't committed adultery today, so I must be a good person today. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Remember what is written. Find the place it is written and do what is written. And think about this until next time. Because if nothing drastic changes, the next episode is going to certainly rock your boat. It's going to rock your boat. Because I've seen some things over the last couple of weeks in person, in the news, and Christians and some of my Jewish listeners, you need to figure out how to live the way you're designed. So until next time, I do wish you many, many blessings, everyone.